Hey, what's up guys, it's Justin here, and today I've got a video talking about the Google Pixel XL. So I've had this for the weekend now, had a chance to use it, and I wanted to bring you kind of a 48 hours later video. Of course, I will also be doing a full review, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any questions of the phone in particular, feel free to follow me on Twitter at JTechApple and tweet me any questions you may have, and I'll go ahead and try to answer them to the best of my ability right away. But as you remember, when the phone came out, I did make a video talking about it and whether or not it was worth it for its price point and just what it was missing. And I have to say, after using the phone for the weekend, my opinions have kind of changed and I've really come to enjoy it. What Google has tried to do here is make a phone that is characteristic of their software merged with hardware that is to Google specifications. Obviously, stock Android is what a lot of people prefer, and it is personally my favorite version of Android, and the unskinned version of Android Nougat is supposed to bring you a very clean and interactive experience with Google services. However, there was quite a bit of criticism, and that kind of started with the fact that this phone was so expensive. In Canada, the 32 gig model I have here costed me $1,195. They're making a really bold claim here in trying to go after Apple's flagship, which is well established, with the first piece of hardware that Google has ever made themselves. From looking at the design, there really isn't anything striking about it, and a lot of people actually found it to be quite ugly. It is very bland, and what I feel that Google has wanted to do here, and what The Verge actually mentioned, was a phone that feels like a regular phone you're supposed to use, and they purposely didn't make it something that was overly precious, such as the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge or the Note 7 that's dead now, where the phone is two slabs of glass, and from using it, someone like me who likes to take care of their devices just felt like the phone was too precious to really take advantage of and use as a normal phone. But one way to make the look more exciting is to add a dbrand skin like I've done here. So if you would like to check them out, the link will be in the description below, but I actually have quite a few spare skins, so go ahead and comment your favorite feature of the Google Pixel or Pixel XL down in the comment section, and I'll be picking some random people to win a set of dbrand skins for the Pixel and Pixel XL. The phone really isn't the thinnest thing on earth, but I actually really like the way it feels in the hand. It is very uniform and clean. I personally went with the silver model, as my past few phones this year had been black, and I really like it. It just seems very clean and really what Google has intended here. One thing that I mentioned in my video talking about the Pixel announcement and that I'm going to apprehend here is that the speakers are really not good. It is a speaker that is bottom firing, so no front facing here, and it just is one of the worst that I've ever heard. Stock Android is just something that is very nice to come back to, and being Google's hardware that they had directed, it is a phone that is representative of Google's minimalist and interactive software with their services. Google Assistant was really nice to use, and I'm someone who really doesn't like to use the assistant programs that are on phones. I've disabled Siri, I barely use Google now on most of my phones, but Google Assistant is something that really represented the early stages of artificial intelligence very nicely, and they've kind of formatted it in a way where you're actually talking to a person, where your answers are presented in a message format. And here's just for a quick little test of some of the things I asked Google Assistant. Okay Google, are you better than Siri? Okay Google, how are the Canucks doing? Okay Google, when are they playing next? So you see that it is able to take information from your previous question and transition it into the next one, something that Siri cannot do. Okay Google, how tall is Donald Trump? Where can I buy a Note 7? I just cannot describe how smooth and fluid the experience was, and although I have used all of the flagships this year, including offerings from HTC, Samsung, and many more, this is just unparalleled, and I think Google has done a tremendous job in this phone. Just some other things I wanted to mention too is that the button placement is also very nice. I've noticed that with a lot of phones such as the Moto Z, the buttons were just placed too high to a point where it was almost uncomfortable, but being someone with small hands and using the XL model of this phone, the buttons are very nicely placed and I'm able to very easily access them, and the fingerprint sensor is located on the back in a perfect spot for your index finger. But you might also notice on the front of the Google Pixel, there is a huge chin on the top and bottom, kind of like what you see on the iPhone, but it is kind of odd that the bottom is completely empty. But overall, the hardware will really come to self-preference, whether or not you prefer something that is more extravagant and a work of art, as opposed to something that is simple, premium, and a phone that feels like a regular phone. Of course, Google also talked a lot about the camera, and I'll be doing some videos on that as well, including a comparison between the iPhone 7 and the Samsung Galaxy S7, which is what has been compared to the most. But I kind of just want to give you my first impressions after 48 hours, and I have to tell you I'm loving this phone, and it could in fact be my favorite Android phone of the year after I had to send back my Samsung Galaxy Note 7. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button as it helps the channel out a bunch. And like I mentioned, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below or tweet me over at JTechApple, and I'll see you all in the next video.